Lady of the faucet, just get it. Woo!
Woo! Yeah. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the truck. In the loots, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. With a drip and pause. Got these dogs and pigeons from me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches. It's R2R. It's R2R. Back to riches. Back to riches.
All right. Yeah, dog. Welcome to R2R live stream number 111. 111. Isn't there something lucky about 11 or like 1111? I forget. It's like the day, the date and the time. Something about it. I can't remember. But don't forget, if you're on YouTube, guys, pound the like button. Right? You got to subscribe, especially if you're on YouTube. If you're interested in extra content that we do, every night on Monday through Thursday, roughly 8:45 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. PST time, where we get a little bit more intimate with the viewers, do a little bit of, showing them the wallet strategies and what I'm getting into. So some extra content for you at the price of a Kofi, $2.99 a month. You can join the members only on YouTube. If you're on X, tweet, retweet, hashtags, do everything you got to do, get the algorithms going on both ends. And always remember, I'm not a financial advisor. For damn sure, not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. You got to do your own research. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media network out there to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you could lose it all. Now we got that out of the way. Let's see who's up in the chat. Guess who? What's up? What up, Thomas? Ready to get the bag? You already know. Giving like is free. Yeah. Let's get this video on YouTube to 100 likes. We got to spread the word, right? A lot of you guys have some of your favorite tokens that come across these streams, and the way to work for your bag is get that opportunity out there to people by not only going out there and making your own content, going out there and doing your own tweets, but retweeting anyone that's talking about things that you like, whether it's Hex, Pulsechain, all that good stuff. Work for those bags, right? So let's get this video to 100 likes. Let's get it to 100 likes. Outside of that, let me take a look at the market really quick before we get into the RH ecosystem. Damn. Wow. $86,000 Bitcoin. What in the world? Oh, man. It's a rough time out there. I got to say, it's like yesterday's video we talked about. Those exchanges, they're getting caught red-handed. They are liquidating and making money on liquidations like no other right now. And while that's happening, if you're in R2R, if you've been following me, we've got the plays on Pulsechain that's just been pumping, right? And Pulsechain has been down. Pulsechain's been down like this since the SEC brought the case, right? We've had these prices before. We've gone up a little bit higher. We've recovered, retraced, but this is nothing new. But when you start to find stuff in the ecosystem that starts to print, like we've seen, there's some excitement and there's some onboarding opportunities as long as you get out there and work for the bags. So, I'm in a good mood when it comes to Pulsechain. I really am. Regardless if you're taking a look across the board, Pulse 4.0 and a 4.03. I think they'll reach parity, Pulsex with Pulse, meaning a 1-to-1 ratio between the two. 4.0 and a 3.27 for Pulsex. $8, $2.13. X at a penny, a little bit over a penny. Will it drop below a penny? It should. Technically, if you're that guy, right? If you're that guy who does the TA, depending on who you are, a lot of you guys are out there that they'll say the head to shoulders is playing out. Maybe it is, unless you get a little RSI, Richard steps in. But I think that's the only way that things can turn around. Now, let's look at what might be the overall issue and sentiment and confidence from like the big investors. Them SAC funds. Man, 171,000 Ethereum plus bought at an entry of $3,773. Current price $2,389. Now, if you got to think, if it starts going more down, does Richard pivot and say, let me cut my losses with the Ethereum, put it back to DAI, bridge it over to Pulsechain, and put my own ecosystem? Or does he not do anything and just hold it, right? We know he's not perfect. We know Richard Hart was literally on a live stream with Ivan had fears about losing practically all of these Bitcoin leverage. That's why he used leverage, lose it all. It's a hard lesson for him. He got out from everybody. Not to do but the crypto, but learned firsthand. Using on a personal vendetta, go out there and educate people like that. So this is going to be the first time he's had a horrible trade, right? I remember watching that live, and he was literally like almost in tears talking about it because it must have been like a lot of money. This was years ago, many years ago. So, with that being said, obviously he recovered, he bounced back. He's learned a lesson, but he's passed that message on to everybody else. And we're seeing that lessons that Richard Hart learned himself personally, many moons ago, educate us to not go through this. But what's happening is the ecosystem that we're in today understands and knows that. But the people out there that are being onboarded by influencers who are talking about leverage trading with the referral links, people that are just participating in it because they like to gamble, are getting liquidated and manipulated by these major exchanges, and they run the show. But in a true decentralized environment like Pulsechain, could it have its own market cycles? Could it be different since it could detach itself from the poison, from the system? That's interesting and something that I want to see play out. And we'll see. It's coming, right? It's coming. Remember, can be minted. Is that a good thing? You might want to ask in chat. They'll tell you the answer. I've seen the answer. You got to go do some information. You got to go in there and dig, right? Can't do your homework for you, but you go in there and they'll answer that question. There's reasons for everything, right? So, and for some people, that may be a no-go. Then don't buy it. Or if you don't mind, hey, it's right there for you. What's up, OX Hums? What's up? Let's get into it. We're going to talk about the plays for 2025. Now, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. We're damn sure not a professional. You got to go out there and do your own research. But I ask myself every day, and we'll take a look. This is not like going in any order, but I guess you could say I'm going from, the bottom up to my core favorites. The first one we're going to cover is Enki, okay? Now, I ask myself every day, why the hell would you hold Pulse? Like, why? And there's not a good reason to hold Pulse. The better token for me would be holding Pulse X. It's actually deflationary. If we look into Pump Tires stats, it's not moving. It went on a crazy streak of burning Pulse, right? But Pump Tires, believe it or not, is slowing down. drastically with the amount that is being burnt. There's not a whole lot going on. I feel like the meme craze, because of the market conditions, is the reason why it's like that. And you got to think, all right, well, if meme tokens aren't a smashing hit, like, it's not Solana status. It's not even like BNB status. Sometimes you have some come out, but it's like not every day you have 4 or 5 coming out like you would think. But it burned a lot of pulse. But it's definitely slowed its roll. And let me pull myself off screen so we have a bigger. There you go. So what I think is, ever since I've been in crypto, I first started playing around with my Ethereum. I think Ethereum might have been like $100 and something when I bought Hex. I then realized at that time that I spent my Ethereum to get more, right? I got way more ETH back investing in Hex and all these other altcoins. And then ultimately, I had more ETH, and then it went up in price. So instead of having like the bag that I started out with, which was like, I don't know, I think it was like 100 ETH at the time that I bought all for about $7 before I started playing with it, I ended up with like 10x the bag size, and then looking at myself and going, whoa, it's $4,000. Should I sell? And at the time, the reason why I sold ETH at the top was because I didn't sell all my Bitcoin at the top. I bought Bitcoin originally at 250. I sold half, like at 12, 15 grand. It went to 20. And then it crashed into a bear market at 3,000. So I was stuck holding it for the next cycle. Not at a loss, but at a coulda, woulda, shoulda sold the top and bought back. So alternative coins, where we'll start off with when we talk about Enki, I like it because of where it comes from, where it stems from, right? There was Alien Token, which is just like a supporting asset to one of my picks we'll be talking about today. Obviously, PTGC UFO. That's going to be part of the conversation. But I've been deep involved with the Maria Atropa system roughly around like July of 2023. Now, when I first got my sacrifice money, I bought PDI and USDC. I just bought it because I was like, what if it goes, to like 10, 15 cents or even a penny? Because Richard says he thought, and I remember clearly telling my brother-in-law, Richard said that these could have value, so I'm going to buy them just in case. July comes around, heading into August, people start speculating on it. Then the Atropa ecosystem comes. So I love those tokens, and something that pays in those tokens, as far as Enki and the reflections, I'm all about it, right? Like, I hold it. I have a wallet, a DGen wallet, where I just hold the tokens for the longer term. And I decide, what I'll do. I don't know. I can't predict the tops, right? But, one day, and it doesn't feel like any day soon, as those rewards accumulate, we'll see, where we're at. But while we sit there and wait, while you sit there and speculate, you can earn your favorite tokens from an ecosystem, as you can see here, which is Teddy Bear, P-Rap, Bitcoin, PDI, and Atropa. Like, how do you go wrong there? You can't. And I think, it was a conversation I was watching on Twitter the other day, too. I think B Roots had referred to this particular token as a leech token. And I was like, I couldn't understand that, to be honest with you. Couldn't understand that. But I will tell you, it's burning a lot of its own token. It's rewarding my favorite token. It brings attention to those tokens that I dearly hold. So for me, it's a good pick. And it's low right now under the radar. There's not a whole lot of people there's people that talk about it, right? There is. Don't get me wrong, but there's not like a whole lot. So when there's not a whole lot going on, in a certain cryptocurrency that I like, especially this one that I've been in for, a little bit of time here, I DCA, on a daily. I understand the volume where it's at, not at its greatest, but believe me, when the system starts to kick throughout Pulsechain, the pulse hits everything. Why? Because of Hart's law. It will rise the tides. And I'd rather be rising on that tide paired up with Pulse, like Enki is. When Pulse goes up, ecosystem goes up, more opportunity for gains with a thin liquidity and a low market cap of $603,000. To the chat, let's see. UFO PTGC have got to be the top pick. We'll get there. What's up, good God? Good morning. Zach R2R, what's good? Welcome, welcome. Jason Darpa, nice to have you here. Thank you very much. Oh, he said, remember. Yeah, remember LFG. Remember Mr. saved my big time. Ditto, thank you guys. Have you checked out the new Ahsoka token? It gives BFF reflections. No, but we'll have a look. So, starting from the bottom, right? We're here. We're looking at Enki. If you're looking at Enki, and you're gonna end up finding Alien, a nice addition to the UFO PTGC ecosystem. I like this stock. Okay. Moving on. We got to move on. I don't like to do too long of streams at this point, right? Now, that I mentioned, Atropa. I mentioned, I can't forget good old Maria and the tokens that come in existence because of that reason. So, PDI, and I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to $1, right? I'm not going to put up that argument. It could, it couldn't, this, that, believe what you want. But what I will say is this is the first speculative asset on Pulsechain that I got into very early that did a 10,000x. That did a 10,000x. Right? From the beginning, from the bottom. Released that with no value. Like R8 said, no value to it. R2R in the house. What's up, Chantel? Inspires TV. I appreciate you being here. Don't forget to pound the like button. Thank you, thank you. So, PDI, just like Enki, if you're in Enki, you're going to find Alien. You're going to love Alien. You're going to like those two opportunities. PDI comes with the whole web of things, right? So the PDI umbrella, naturally comes from the supporting asset Atropa and the web. So automatically, like, PDI comes with a handful, right? Like, there's PDI, there's Atropa, you got your teddy bear, and I mean, really, those are like what I have consolidated down to the top three when it comes to Maria's web. There's a whole lot to it. But I've narrowed it down just to simplify it and just to make sure I produce more capital for less. Instead of being in 100 altcoins, I'd rather be in like 15 and juice up more capital in those 15 versus spreading it out. That's just how, I like to do it. So PDI automatically comes with teddy bear. Teddy bear automatically means I have a Atropa. So that's like the web that are together within this ecosystem. Now, PDI goes to $1 and all that pegging. There's a lot of guys out there that'll give you the facts on what could and what might happen. But what I do know is it went from nothing to where it's at. It did a lot of X's, okay? And the community is still strong. There's still believers. So could it hit 2 cents? Could it hit 3 cents? Could it hit 5? Could it hit 10? Right? I could eliminate $1 and could care less. If it hits that out of the blue, holy smokes, right? Great. I think there's a lot of people that are speculating, and that's why they're webbing their LPs with PDI in case it does continue to go up or hit $1. right? So PDI is like a must for me in 2025, which, you know, brings you to Teddy and Atropa. Now, Teddy is the meme token that has been like number one on Pulsechain. Number one, right? Let's take a look here. Take your Pulsechain for 100% pure Pulsechain rewards. Let's see. Check out Dumb Token. Has PTG like burnt liquidity. Remember, Maria is a goat. Yeah, Maria is the reason why, you know, the OG web chef is cooking right now, right? Those thoughts and those ideas sparked a lot of brains out there to piece together a lot of the good stuff we're seeing. Now, Teddy Bear, you know, like I said, I hold it, but it's not like Teddy Bear had to take a back seat. Whether you like it or hate it, Richard Hart released his token. So when we get across the board into like straight memes, which Teddy is a straight meme, you know, it's a teddy bear, I got to go with most. Why most? I've been telling my subscribers and my members, keep an eye on most, because there's some angels in the outfield. Why did I say that? Because it's defeating all technical analysis. This token, this most token, which is tied to a secondary meme token, which belongs to RH. I speculate and believe. If you don't think that, then that's fine. I speculate and believe. It's tied to Pump, which represents Pump tires. The Angels in the outfield have defeated spot on TA, spot on technical analysis. This token should have dropped drastically. Much lower. But somebody is putting it up and keeping it up and supporting the price. There is multiple whale wallets I watched that have been doing this for weeks. And when I first saw it was finally going to start to make sense in the chart during the China FUD, right during the Super Bowl, like the tariff, incident, I said, this is going down. There you go. B-Roots, you're going to get your entry. Nope. Let it correct, trade sideways. Nope. Let it correct, trade sideways. There's some angels in the outfield. Is it RH? Is it RH and friends? Somebody wants this token to succeed. And it's not allowing the TA guys to get their entry. It's like, I don't think so. I'm in control. I'm going to control the supply, which somebody controls 79% of the supply. Oh, whose page does that come out of? Oh, yeah, RH. He owns how much of the supply of Hex back in the day? And then on all these OA addresses for Pulse and PulseX? Let me think. Right? Teddy will for sure thousands to do tons of X's. Upcoming bull as well. Don't fade nor underestimate the bear. Maria put it in work. Yeah, there's no denying, but I'm sorry to say, most will do the most on the coast and do the boogie bop. And if you guys know where that comes from, then you're probably my age. But listen, it's going to do the most gains. The future is bright. There's some angels in the outfield. And I think Teddy Bear does too. It's got the triple web, right? But will be the face of Pulsechain by default is most token and Pump. That's 1 and 2. Number 3 belongs to Teddy. Maybe 4. But Teddy will do X's and they all do well. That's what I believe. All right. Now, going into more complex ecosystem for like a new user, I guess you could say, that's not familiar with taxes, not familiar with, burnt liquidity, not familiar with a lot of the things that happen with the alien technology. Like somebody might say, well, How does it create its own volume without human interaction? How does it do that? Well, there's the alien tech. There's the things that are happening. There's ways they make that happen, right? If you know, they know. Obviously, bots and ARM and all these things factor in for volume. But again, nothing that I hold has ever given me any evidence that it was better to hold Pulse versus anything or everything else. All right. Baby Hacker could be a top win one day. Let's look. I'll bring it up. You old, bro. What's your price prediction on Remember? I can give that tonight. I'll give that price prediction tonight. Members only. No forward thinking to the public. Seems to be a meme. Fine tax token cycle. There's opportunities on Pulsechain. You just have to dig. I've enjoyed your Telegram, by the way. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for joining. I knew you're new to the crew. Very good guy. There to learn. Learning by the day. Taking leaps. Enjoying himself. We're all there to make money. Thank you for being part of R2R. Links in the description if you're interested in R2R. It's just a $20 fee. You get in there. And you got people to support you and help guide you and talk crypto. Again, I just don't want silly business people on there. So that's why I just did a small entry. So, that alien tech. That alien tech. 18 and a half ratio right now. You could have, would have, should have got in way much lower of a ratio. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Look at this. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But, you know, people weren't grasping the idea of the tech. People were, you know, thinking it was shady, sketchy. They didn't want to speculate. They held their pulse. That's okay. You could have made more, right? But I think at the end of the day, we'll go to the PTGC really started this web of liquidity. It has beefed it up even greater than I see in the Atropa. Like Atropa didn't even web their liquidity as thick as this bad boy. Like it's thick, bro. Like they got so much LP, right? For people to exit. It's nice. It's nice, you know. And when they exit, you get paid reflections. So this will be forever like outside of like Maria, they came after in late October 2023. One of the best. It's a hard sale though. Like for me to sit there and go, this is the number one pick. Somebody who comes in the Pulsechain, right? Looks at this chart and they go, holy smokes, that would have been great, but the chart's it's already moved. Well, no. It's only $217 million market cap. It can go to $1 billion. They're like, yeah, that's just a 5x. I'm not in crypto for a 5x. Okay, well, same developer launched UFO, bro. Right? It came after, It's not as old, but the same story is starting to write itself. I mean, it's still low as far as the ratio. I think it'll get to 5, 10, 15 later. So this is your second opportunity, I tell people. Right here. To do it again. Slightly different tokenomics and with the LPs and the burning and all that. And it's reflections. It's good, you know. But I say, hey, UFO's a good home base to start. You know, when I onboarded one of my friends who went like $9,000 into UFO. And the ratio was roughly like 0.4. So he's happy. And he's seeing his reflections come in. So I was a good buddy. I did that, you know. Then I told him recently, okay, about good old OG Chef. And he was like, all right, I'm up, bro. I'm up. What do I do? What do I do? Well, do you want me to share my honest discussion. Should I do that? I will. Because it was me having a conversation with one of my bestest of friends, right? I said, it's a $15.8 million market cap. You're up a lot. You're up a lot. I said, there's an opportunity. I just got in. 8 zeros and a 4. I'm still buying. It's 8 zeros and a 5. All right. What I'm about to switch up to right now, guys, is it got its own ecosystem, and I've been talking about it, right? But it's not that I think it's better than PTGC or UFO. It's just earlier as far as where people have positioned themselves. So, although he was somewhat early to UFO, completely missed PTGC, now he has more capital, but he wants that banger. I'm like, I'm going to bring it to you. And I brought it. So I said, hey, my brother from another mother. Remember when we first met at the 5 stairs and we got into a fight when we were skateboarding? Well, there's a token. It's called a Remember. You remember when that happened, right? That's me and my best friend had a fight at a 5 stair over who could ollie off the 5 stair better. He did it clearly better, but we ended up fighting over that. And we hated each other for years before we became best friends. I explained that I said that I see whales positioning. I have somebody in my chat who's verified the payments and how it's looking. I said his name is Cyphex. I said he's in my Telegram. He got introduced to it by somebody else that was in Telegram as well, in R2R. I said I've taken the leap. Get in this. I said it's early. This OG Web Chef guy is close and has that relationship with, Maria, and has had a token. I directed him here. I said, bro, let me link you to here. I said, I passed this token for months. Pinfesta. I said, the dog just looked like I couldn't take it serious, Gosh, should I have taken it serious? But I said the token came out a year and 7 months ago. I said, I went in the chat. The community there is like, this guy's a cook, bro. Like a gourmet chef. And as I did more information, he's like, all right, let me get in. And here we are today. How many X's is he up from 8 zeros and a 5? I think he roughly pulled out like 15 from UFO. And he's earning Pulse rewards. I think we're best friends forever. Well, we've been best friends for like 20 years. But you get what I'm saying. And now I'm teaching him how to utilize the Pulse payouts that are ridiculous to go into the other parts of the ecosystem. And I really feel that this is still early at a $23.7 million market cap. It's still early. UFO is still early. PTGC is still early. But people look at market caps. They look at liquidity. That's the stuff they look at, right? So it was easy for him to jump in on this when it was only like whatever it was. I think it was like a $12 million market cap. He right away got excited, right? Because he now knows in UFO, it has to 2x to 100 million. And that Pulsechain, as slow as he's been waiting, it just seemed so far away for him to hit his next 2x. Now he's happy. Let's take a look at the chat. Love alien tech and done over 200x at PTGC, but Pinfesta ecosystem is going to abduct aliens and probe them. Oh, man. UFO is great. Yeah. UFO is freaking awesome. Bonnie is a fire meme. I drive around in the old Pontiac spending my dumb money. Let's go. OG Web Chef Infesta equal FTW. in your opinion, what's RH's game plan to pump the core tokens, and how many X's Pulse can easily do? Well, he's draining the swamp of all the liquidity right now, right? He's getting it thin, and the magic number for Hex was like 10 million, and it would pull and add liquidity during pumps. So he pulls them down to about that number. You can do a lot of X's. You got to go do research, though. Go look at the price of Hex when it was roughly 10 million market cap. OG Hex, E-Hex, and go look at the numbers it did. You'd be surprised. And that'll be your number. Finfesta equal for the big win. Yeah. Glad he was able to get in. Me too. Thanks to you, brother. Hex right here. Hey. Listen. He's a member at R2R. He has not only introduced the ecosystem, introduced the stats, introduced how to strategy, introduced a lot of things, logos, this and that, and has made us more familiar with the rest of the ecosystem to put us ahead of everybody else that's probably out there that's barely finding Finfesta ecosystem and buying Remember. And they're like, oh, now there's Misser. Well, we've been there. We're hitting all angles right now, and we're strategically getting into other things in this to position. Because the way I see it is there will be sell-offs. There will be sell-offs. We saw one today. But ultimately, in the way this ecosystem has worked with the low LP, where you're not going to see people coming in this because they want to flip it and sell it. They want the rewards. So when you sell your position. And your position goes like that. Go look at the price we hit this morning and look where it's at now. Someone exited their position. Someone bought it. They go, you don't want that 1,000 per day? Give it to me, homie. See you later. That's mine. Bye, Felicia. You landed bolts in OG equal, though. LFG. Let's go. See ring in the bottom right-hand corner? Check it out. Yeah, we got into ring. 250K market cap on the stream, and it's been doing very well. I sold some of my UFO for Finfesta equals 2. Yeah, there's no shame in that, man. I mean, I gave him my honest opinion, and I just said, hey, I know what you're craving. I know I've been texting you every week. Just hold it. Do you see your bag growing? But he's like, I need that, like, you know, like I want to be somebody that 5-10x in crypto. I was like, all right, let me show you. And that's not something I would shout out on YouTube and do all that. I'm just sharing the story. That's it. These can run to 1 billion realistically. Yeah, realistically. I explained to him. He's asked me, what do I do with my Pulse rewards? You want to guess what I'm telling him to do? Compound and buy back your UFO. Ooh. Hey. I help with the development of the systems and concepts with Chef. I may be doing a voice chat in the community chat later this evening. If people wanted to attend, no time, just keep an eye out. Let's go. We got to get you an invite to R2R. Connect with Cyfax. We'd love to have you in the chat, bro. Fire. Thank you. Have you been up on gains from day one? Because I have been up on gains day one because of you. Appreciate you, my friend. R2R is where you want to be. Thank you. It makes me very happy to hear a story of success. You know, that's a beautiful thing. I hope many more blessings to come for you. You know, there's nothing better than while the market's going down, we're doing well, right? So appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the love. Glad y'all able to get in. Never forgot your roots. Bring up those around you. Help the new guy be humble. Yeah, that's all. You know, we want everyone to learn and get educated on this stuff and make money. There's no guarantees in crypto, but right now there's a lot of winning going on. There's a lot of happy campers. So, I just say, like, let's enjoy the moment. We got these windows of opportunity in crypto. And once those windows open, sometimes they shut fast. But I feel like this one here could be just just like UFO and PTGC. If you got in early, you got a big bag, you got a big, massive bag because you're in early. What's this? What's the sense of selling it all? You can sell a little bit to get into opportunity, but you barely have to sell any because you've been earning so much in reflections throughout the years. Throughout the year it's been out. Plus, it ain't even funny. Last night we did a members video talking about Flexmas. Don't sleep on the Flexmas. I will leave it at that. I feel like this is probably going to be the most popular token. Right now, it's got some discrepancies on the upgrade that are being addressed. Basically, every week, the community can vote and they can determine what rewards you get for holding Flexmas. So this week, it's been Finfire. Community takes another vote. It can be Pulse. It can be Pulse X. It could be Remember. The community gets to decide what they earn. I just think that that's like golden. So I went from Dominance to Flexmas. Dominance has been a low ROI, but I doubled my money there, which I was happy. Got Flexmas at like below $3. And I'm like, okay, cool. Could have got it way, way cheaper when I first saw it, like 50, 75 cents. It is what it is. I'm not perfect. That would have been a perfect scenario. What would be your swap to go from Mister to Remember? There's a way to go from Mister to Remember. I think you got to sell Mister to... I think you can sell Mister to Pulse. Let me double check. Let me get back to you on that. I don't want to guess. Certain tokens have different LPs they're thicker with. So let's see. Cyphex says it's Mister to Finfesta, Pulse to Remember. There you go. Boom. A homie's got you. Cyphex on it. Look at him. Let him go. Thomas the GOAT. Let's go. Well, you guys are the GOATs. We're all, R2R is not me. It's not me. It ain't about me. It's about us. It's about us. I'm not a shot caller. I'm not an altcoin champ. I'm just like in the mix of networking and bringing people together and hoping for the best for all of us. This promotes volume on projects. So if you have a favorite project, you can try to get in the voting pool. This encourages engagement into the ecosystem. I like that. R2R has put something together where we're going to have meetings where we feel like we can approach these votes and come in with numbers and try to, say, hey, we're coming deep with 100 people. We want to vote for this token this week and try to make it happen. And that gets 100 members engaged, voting, buying more Flexmas so they can earn the rewards that they vote for. I think it's big. Dominance low ROI, 0.8% per day. We are spoiled. Yeah, I got to buy back that position because I want it all. I want it all. Mr. Pulse, Remember. Dominance is great. I don't hear many people talk about it either. Yeah, I had been buying it. I've tweeted about it. And then I was like, I got to get Flexmas and then start using my rewards for Remember going up and start buying it back. But I was like, I'm super bullish with Flexmas and how it's used. Finfesta has a 5% tax in and out. Yeah. Thanks, mate. This is true. Hi, bro. What rewards do we get for holding Finfire? So for Finfire, let me pull it up here. Let me see if the website addresses that because I think some of these go straight to like Finfesta. Right? Like Finfesta, 4% burn, 1% Finfesta reflections. Let me pull up Telegram really quick. Just to verify. Are you in TG? Yeah, I'm in TG. All right. Let me see. Or I'm sure somebody in chat might say something. Let's take a look. Okay, here we go. 3% tax, 1% Finfesta, 1% buy and burn of Miser, 1% self burn. Damn. Now I wonder why that token's gone up so damn much. At one point it flipped Finfesta. Jeez. Man, oh man. Finfire is the sleeper. There you go. Buy and burn can change, I believe. So there could be some adjustments. There could be some changes. I see I just got the photo in R2R. Perfect. Perfect. So these are, 2025 hodls, right? And listen, these are alternative coins, right? So these are outside of the RH tickers. I am using rewards. I got a strategy I share with my members only, but I'll just put it out there. I am using rewards to buy core tokens. So the reason why core tokens are not included is because these are alternative outside of the RH ecosystem. They can do many more X's than what we would see, which is holding Pulse. Not to say they're not going to do many X's. I'm just saying this is my thought and speculation. So those interested in the members only at night, Monday through Friday, 8:45 p.m. time usually, 4 days a week. We do a nighttime live stream. At the price of a coffee, $2.99 a month. You can join me, get a little bit more detail, look at wallets that I have, my positions, what I'm doing, and have a little extra fun, a little bit of more Thomas time at night. Turn off the lights, light a candle. We get more intimate. What do you think about the fact that Vista is supposed to be the baby of BFF, and if it has a market cap 10 times higher than BFF? I gotta look into that. At this point, I can't process the thought that I'm not sure of. I gotta look into that. You're gonna go ask my questions. But I appreciate everybody for being here. Get 100 likes on YouTube. Get a bunch of retweets. Spread the word. Spread the word. Till next time, we shall do it again. Yeah, dog.
Lady of the faucets, let's get it.
It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R, back to riches, back to riches. Got my call from the R2R. Farmers going up, Brody, check the chart. In the loots, buying all these plots. Thomas G and Mike got the chat on lock. Wanna drip and pause. Got these dogs and pigeons, farm me, I'm ready to score. Got me a bag of the rich and hard, I think I need more. Group got me in the wave, now I'm swimming the shore. I'm up to the core. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches. It's R2R, it's R2R. Back to riches, back to riches.